Barakallahu fikum. طيب. So let's continue in the Aqidah of Tahawi. I ask Allah to make this easy for me and for you. Now we're going to address the topic of takween, creating, doing, which is also the case of al-fi'l, doing. So without a further ado, the title says the eternality of the attributes of the self and the doings. Okay, but right now we're going to talk about the doings, the eternality of the doings. So that's the Hanafi position, as well as the position of others. The author said, مَا زَالَ بِصِفَاتِهِ قَدِيمًا قَبْلَ خَلْقِهِ. He never ceased to be, having his attributes, bisifatihi, having his attributes, yani being attributed with his attributes, qadiman, eternal, qabla khalqihi, before his creation. Lam yazdad bikawnihim shay'an lam yakun qablahum min sifatih. He did not increase by their existence in any way that was not his attribute prior to them. Okay, so that's the eternality of the self. Lam yazdad, he did not increase. Lam yazdad huwa, he did not increase. Yeah, that's the base of the sentence here. Bikawnihim, by their existence, shay'an, in any way. And then lam yakun qablahum min sifati is the description of shay'an, in any way that was not his attribute before them. He did not increase by their existence in any way that was not his attribute prior to them. وَكَمَا كَانَ بِصِفَاتِهِ أَزَلِيًّا كَذَلِكَ لَا يَزَالُ عَلَيْهَا أَبَدِيًّا. And as he was eternal, وَكَمَا كَانَ أَزَلِيًّا, that's the base of the sentence there. يعني كَانَ أَزَلِيًّا, he was eternal. That's the very base of the sentence. كَانَ أَزَلِيًّا بِصِفَاتِهِ, with his attributes. وَكَمَا كَانَ بِصِفَاتِهِ أَزَلِيًّا, and just as he was with his attributes eternal, كَذَلِكَ لَا يَزَالُ عَلَيْهَا أَبَدِيًّا. Likewise, he does not cease to be عَلَيْهَا, with them, with his attributes, أَبَدِيًّا, everlasting. La yazalu alayha. Why he changed the preposition here to ala? He said bi, or ma zala bi sifatihi, with the ba. Ma zala bi sifatihi. Then he said la yazalu alayha abadiyya. I don't know why he changed the preposition here. Let's ask, inshallah, or we can also research. Okay, so that's clear. Now, ليس بعد خلق الخلق استفاد اسم الخالق. Not after creating the creations did he deserve the name of the creator. So, okay. That's the Hanafi way. It wasn't after he creating the creations did he deserve the name of the creator. So then what that means before creating the creation, he deserved the name of the creator, which is Al-Khaliq. Why? How does it make sense? It makes sense by saying He had an attribute in eternity called creating or creation. I like creation more. He had an attribute in eternity called creation, meaning creating. So since he had this attribute in eternity, then he had the name in eternity. Yeah, and he had the attribute, so he had the name. Yani, when we say have the name in eternity, it doesn't mean the word khaliq is eternal. The word al-khaliq refers to something eternal, which is God's eternal name. Just like the word khalq, or the word qudra, or the word ilm, these created words refer to something not created, which are his attributes: knowledge, power, will, or creating, or creation, or doing. These created words refer to something that's not created. The attributes. Also, he has names, and his names are attributes of his. That's what Abu Hanifa said. His names are his attributes, or his names are attributes of his. So he has eternal names, and his names have no limit. Before he created anything, he deserved the name of the Creator in eternity. ولا بإحداثه البرية استفاد اسم البارئ. Nor by his starting the originated things did he deserve the name of the originator. Nor by his ihdath. Ihdath is event creating. I might just say creating, but I'm trying to bring out what the letters mean. Ihdath is event creating, and takween is existence creating, existence creation. Event creation is ihdath. Takween is being creation, existence creation. And Allah is creator of other things. We saw, it's coming. All of those things are events and creations. He has other names, I mean to say. His names refer to creations of his. Or acts, his acts of creating, which are his doings. His doings, those are his doing. أفعاله فعله ولا بإحداثه البرية استفاد اسم الباري. Nor was it by his creating the occurrence of the bariyah did he deserve the name of al-bari. The bariyah is the khalq, the creation, and al-bari is the khaliq, the creator. That's what I saw in anything I ever looked at from the scholars. The bari is the khaliq, the bariyah is the khalq. And only thing that enables me or makes me say a different word other than creator and created here says here is creating the creations. Not after creating the creations did he deserve the name of the creator. Why did I not repeat those words? Nor was it by his starting the creations did he deserve the name of the creator. Only because how I saw people translating in English, that they translated Bari as originator. So I just did like translators do here, using a different word. But all I ever saw was Al-Bari in the books of the scholars, that Al-Bari means Al-Khaliq, Al-Bariya means Al-Khalq. Nor was it by his starting the creations did he deserve the name of the creator. Al-Bari. Lahu ma'na ar-rububiyyah wala marbub. So this means his creating is eternal. Lahu ma'na ar-rububiyyati wala marbub. The attribute of lordship is his, without a single subject. His, lahu, it's his. Mana is the attribute. Lahu mana rububiyyah. He has the attribute of lordship. So the scholars of Tawheed, they use the word mana to mean sifa. And they use the word mana to mean what is existential, whether created or uncreated. What is existential? They use the word mana for the existential, whether it's created or it's not created. Existential means has confirmed existence. Ask me if you want to. Is this clear what I am saying to you? Yani, so we are created things. So our color is mana. It's a mana. That means it really exists. Its meaning is beyond mere existence. It has a meaning beyond the mere existence. Lahu ma'na rububiyyati wala marbub. The attribute of lordship is his, or his is the attribute of lordship. Wala marbub. Now, personally, I like that. Lahu ma'na rububiyyati wala marbub. His is the attribute of lordship without a single subject. If you tell me to put it back, I'll put it back. Wa ma'na al-khaliqi wala makhluq. As well as the attribute of the creator without a single creation. So when we talk in the Aqidah, a lot of times we're going to translate ma'na as attribute. This is what they mean. So ar-rububiyyah is the lordship. That's not a word that Ibn Taymiyyah made up. That's his attribute. And ar-Rabb is his name. And that's one of his names that's exclusive to him, with the al on it, with the article, with the Arabic article on it, Ar-Rabb. This is a name exclusive to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And it's not one of his 99 names. That's the easy way to clarify for someone who doesn't know that Allah has more than 99 names. Tell him, don't you know? Al-Rabb is one of his names. Al-Ilah is one of his names. And you cannot use those for anyone but Allah. And those are not from the 99 names. And he has other names that are not from the 99 names. His is the attribute of lordship without a single subject, as well as the attribute of the creator without a single creation. Or what I could say here, instead of the word single, I could say without any type of subject. Now, so literal, because that's the la there. La an-nafiyatu lil jins. The type, the jins. An-nafiyatu lil jins. His is the attribute of lordship without any type of subject, as well as the attribute of creator without any type of creation. Or I could just say a. So say it again. Yeah. So in Arabic, there's this particle here. La means no. But there's more than one la in Arabic. The la that's right here is the one that's called an-nafiyatu lil jins. This means the la that negates an entire kind or an entire genus, especially if genus comes from jins, if that's so. The kind that negates an entire genus. Then I put the word genus there, but then it's weird, I think. But it's still clear. Or I could just say a. Without a subject and without a creation. The way you know that, that's this la here, because there's only a single fatha on marbub. La marbuba. This means there's not a single kind. As opposed to had he said here, la marbubun, then that could mean something else. That's the same one that's in la ilaha illallah. That's why the word ilaha has single fatha here. This is a categoric negation. Had it been said ilahun, then it could mean something else. Okay.
Thanks, Sheikh.
You're welcome. وكما أنه محيي الموتى بعدما أحيا استحق اسم بسم الله. وكما أنه محيي الموتى بعدما أحيا استحق هذا الاسم قبل إحيائهم. And just as he is محيي الموتى, quickener of the dead, yani livener, quickener means livener. Livener meaning one who gives life to. بعدما أحيا, after creating life. Yani, he made some dead ones alive. Now they are not dead. Is he still called quickener of the dead? Yes. Yani, as an attribute of Allah, nothing is created. The only thing that's created is the event that his act related to. The event that his act related to, that's the created thing. But his act, which is his doing, in this case, his ihya, his life creation, is uncreated. His name is not related to the created instance, that so that if this created instance is not existing, then the name doesn't apply. كذلك استحق اسم الخالق قبل إنشائهم. Likewise, he deserved the Creator's name before initiating them. All of his names are eternal. And his doings are eternal. And the done thing is created. This is the position of the Hanafis. And this is the weighty position according to our Shaykh, rahimahullah. So according to these Sunnis, Allah has eternal power, and he has eternal will, and he has an eternal doing. And the powered thing is created, and the willed thing is created, and the done thing is created. He is a doer. He is a powerful willer and doer with eternal power, eternal will, and eternal doing. And the willed and the powered and the done are all created. And the Ash'aris, especially the latter day ones, they said Allah is eternally powerful. Powerful to create in eternity. That's what they said. قادر على الخلق في الأزل. They didn't say خالق في الأزل, creator in eternity. They said قادر على الخلق في الأزل. يعني they not خالق في الأزل with this meaning, with that meaning that the other ones meant. They did say he's خالق في الأزل. They didn't deny he's خالق في الأزل, but they said it with a different understanding. If you want to compare the exact topic of what the Hanafis are saying, then what the Ash'aris would say is قادر على الخلق في الأزل, having the power to create in eternity, or perhaps able to create in eternity, powerful to create in eternity. The Maturidi said, so it's like the Hanafis, it's like what they are saying is creating in eternity, as if creating in eternity, but so then as if that's going to lead to something. Wait, what do you mean creating in eternity? Are you saying there's an eternal creation? No, we're not saying there's an eternal creation. So then those other ones, they say, yeah, so therefore we're going to say qadirun ala al-khalqi fil azal, powerful to create in eternity. But then the other ones can say to him, wait, you're saying he's creator in eternity, but not having the attribute in eternity. You are saying your words like this on purpose for a reason. There's something you are trying to not say, which basically would be creator in eternity, but not to say creating in eternity. How could that be? So these are two sides here for Ahlul Sunnah. They agree that the creator is eternal. They agree that his self attributes, his own attributes. Now I like the word own for that. They agree that his own attributes are eternal, and they differed about his doings. And the stronger way, according to our Shaykh, and according to Al-Bukhari, and according to Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, and it is ascribed to Ibn Abbas, is this way, what Tahawi said. But subhanAllah, there's something from Imam Ali. I want to ask about it. As if, Allahu Alam, as if it's like the Ash'ari way. Okay. So, وكما أنه محيي الموتى بعدما أحيا استحق هذا الاسم قبل إحيائهم. And just as he is quickener of the dead after creating life, he deserved this name before giving them life. He deserved the name of the quickener of the dead before he gave them the life so that they could die. And then he would bring them back. Yani, the one who brings the dead back to life means this dead who was brought back to life had to have been alive first, so he could be brought back, so that he could die and then be brought back. So Allah is the quickener of the dead before he even made them alive the first time, before they died, so that they could come back. This is a signal to the eternality of his names and attributes. كذلك استحق اسم الخالق قبل إنشائهم. Likewise, he deserved the creator's name before initiating them. Al-Insha. There, At-Tahawi used Al-Insha. That's one of the names of Al-Khalq, creating, which is Al-Fi'l, doing. Al-Insha. Those are the broad words. And there are specific words like Al-Ihya, life creation, and Al-Imata, death creation, and Razq, provision or providing. For your information, the suffix T-I-O-N has the meaning of attribute, English. And the suffix ing can have that meaning and can have the meaning of the verb. So if you say creating, this could be a verb, or it could be a noun. If it's a noun, that means creation, T-I-O-N. And this T-I-O-N has the meaning of Maf'ul also, the recipient, maf'ul, something done. Makhluq. So you can say creation means makhluq, created. You can say creation means khalq, creating, as a noun. That's why I like the word creation, because it can fit to talk about the difference between the Ash'aris and the Hanafis, meaning the Maturidis. In this case, they both use the word takween, creation. For the Ash'aris, takween means mukawwan, created. And for the Maturidis, takween means khalq, creating. Any question? قال ذلك بأنه على كل شيء قدير وكل شيء إليه فقير وكل أمر عليه يسير. That is because he over everything is very powerful, and everything is of him needy, and every or any matter for him is easy. Yes, dhalik, that. What's that? I'm not sure what this noun goes back to now. So if you want review, maybe you have in your own notes. What's that? Now I could open up something, but I'll keep going. That is because ذلك بأنه على كل شيء قدير. He is over everything powerful. So this is an attempt to follow the word order in the translation. And powerful is an adjective. Qadir is an adjective. Usually, probably someone's going to translate this as has power over everything, has power. So I wanted to translate the adjective as an adjective. He is over everything very powerful, very, because Qadir is emphatic form of Qadir. So Qadir is powerful. So Qadir, I put very powerful. And I could put another word, but I will save that for Muqtadir, something more emphatic than very powerful. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ إِلَيْهِ فَقِيرٌ, and everything is of him needy. Yes. وَكُلُّ أَمْرٍ عَلَيْهِ يَسِيرٌ, and every matter or any, because kul, it translates as any frequently, but usually will translate as every, and probably any is going to be a, translating ayun, which, or any. Well, but means any a lot of times. That will help you sometimes if you're translating something. وَكُلُّ أَمْرٍ عَلَيْهِ يَسِيرٌ, and any matter for him is easy. لَا يَحْتَاجُ إِلَى شَيْءٍ, he does not need anything. Yes. And he said that already, didn't he? Yes, he did. He said, رازق بلا مؤنة خالق بلا حاجة. Here, this one more clear. خالق بلا حاجة. So he repeated himself here. لا يحتاج إلى شيء. He does not need anything. ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. Unlike him at all is there anything. And he is the hearer, the seer. Okay. And he said, ليس كمثله شيء, in meaning already twice. He said, ولا شيء مثله. And he said, ولا يشبه الأنام. Nothing is like him. He does not resemble the creations. ليس كمثله شيء. However, he said that by citing the ayah. And he cited the ayah without a citation. And the scholars do that a lot. Okay. Should I stop here or should I go a little bit more? Okay. More. And now he starts talking about destiny. And so he says, خَلَقَ الْخَلْقَ بِعِلْمِهِ. He created the creation in accordance with. So back here is in accordance with. على وفق علمه. So this bat here, it doesn't mean the same as if you were to say بِقُدْرَتِهِ. خَلَقَ الْخَلْقَ بِقُدْرَتِهِ. That bat will have a different meaning. Because the relation of power to creations is not the same as the relation of knowledge to creations. The relation of knowledge to creations is not an effective relation. Rather, it is a relation of inkishaf. Inkishaf means disclosure. That's what the word means. Or exposure. So, by his knowledge, he knows something. By his power, he affects something. Or if we could use the word aware. By his knowledge, he would be aware of something. And by his power, he affects something. It's not the same relation. So when you say خَلَقَ الْخَلْقَ بِعِلْمِهِ, you can't understand it like if you were to say بِقُدْرَتِهِ. He created the creation by his knowledge. Meaning in accordance with, not by the effect of. That there is a signal to destiny. Because his knowledge is eternal. And his knowledge does not change. And the creations come into being in accordance with what is eternal and unchanging. So then that's the qadar. What shall come into being, what shall come into being will come forth into being with an exact measure. It will not deviate from there. What you need to understand, though, is that some of that destiny is a type of thing that's able to choose. That's all part of the destiny. Yes, it's going to come out one way, for sure. But by something that Allah created, Allah has the power to make choices and options. He has the power to make options. That's what someone can't understand. If there is a destiny, that means there's no option. No, there are options. Allah is the one who knows all the possibilities. Allah is the one who knows which possibility won't happen. No one else knows. All of them. So we don't know which possibility will happen. But it's possible that you could get out of your bed earlier than you did. Like you were behind in work, let's say. Then you woke up. And then first thing that came to your mind is how much work you didn't get done. Now, what you going to do? Hop up out of the bed? Or are you going to sit there for a while? This is a choice. So Allah knows. If you did it one way, then this was going to happen. Or if you did it the other way, something else is going to happen. For example, maybe if you rush to get up, you're going to get more work done. Not necessarily, Allah knows, but maybe so. So you're going to make a choice. This choice and choosing, that's a real thing. Someone would not understand qadar if he thinks that choosing is not real. Or if he thinks that Allah doesn't create the choice. The choice is part of the creation. It's a real thing. Well, you only choose what you will always have chosen. So I remind myself and I remind you, choose wisely. May Allah enable us. Ameen. That's the benefit of learning about that. Very important. The Prophet ﷺ came with this, and there's guidance there in this knowledge about the qadar. وَقَدَّرَ لَهُمْ أَقْدَارًا وَضَرَبَ لَهُمْ آجَالًا. And he destined destinies for them. وَقَدَّرَ لَهُمْ أَقْدَارًا. Or, yani, if we want to be literal, measures. Or allotments, if you want it. If you want. وَقَدَّرَ لَهُمْ أَقْدَارًا. He destined measures for them, allotments for them, shares for them. Aqdar is plural of qadr. Qadr with a sukoon on the dal. Qadr. A qadr is an amount. And he's going to repeat himself about qadar so much here that, if you want to, keep count. خلق الخلق بعلمه. He mentioned destiny right there. وقدر لهم أقدارا وضرب لهم آجالا. He's repeating himself. But each time he's repeating himself, he is also saying something else. He's modifying what he is saying. And what are the measures? The measures are their times and their volumes, their positions, their colors, etc. So, aqdar is plural of qadr with a sukoon on the dal. Qadar, destiny, is with a fatha on the dal. Qadar is called qadar because of the meaning of the qadr that's in it. The measure, the measurement, or measuring. As for Laylatul Qadr, Qadr there means high, lofty status, greatness. Yani, it means amount. I told you Qadr means amount. So here it means amount with the meaning of high status. Laylatul Qadr. Wallahu a'lam. Any questions?